This lovely bright day, approaching 20 degrees locally. We have some lovely weather through the middle of December. Well, there we go, 2 matches already done and dusted on semi-final Saturday. On our 7th of 8 days, we've still got 2 days left of action, haven't we? Well, tomorrow being the finals day on this season-ending finale. There we are then. So this is what we're bringing you now. It's an all-seeded mixed doubles. The 5th seeds, Tang and Se, the all-left-handed pair. Today square off with tour titles Puavaranukroh and Taerattanachai, having lost twice to them in the last month. But the world always delights in watching the warm, classy Thai mixed doubles pair. Well, they've rocketed up to the summit of the rankings, delighting many, and they've secured 4 consecutive titles. Here are the pair from Hong Kong, China, the 5th seeds, world number 7s, Sudirman and Sweat. This is the 5th meeting in this matchup. And the pair from Hong Kong, China trail 1-3 to the Thais, who are following onto centre stage. Here is Badminton, Puavaranukroh and Taerattanachai. So this one from the bottom half of the mixed doubles draw, and of course the top half has opened right up. In the absence of the Chinese, Yang and Huang. Bringing the second mixed doubles semi-final in match 5. But let's listen into the coin toss here, see what we can hear. Taerattanachai to serve, to Sweat, who were elected to stay at the far end, as everybody has done more so far. So interestingly, how will this one unfold today? As I say, it's a 5th meeting between the 2 pairs, and the Thais lead 3-1 head-to-head. We'll bring you more of that in a minute.
The Thais are looking really, really good. They had a fantastic spell in January, and then again here in November in Bali.
They did. And they're up against it today. The 30-year-old Sweat from Hong Kong, China, has been up to 2 in the world, and they're often streaky and brilliant, these 2. They've won 4 World Tour titles together, most recently the Korea Masters in 2019 as a Super 300 level event with her constant in her corner, Sudirman. They split for a while, a little while ago. There was a few injuries in the camp, but good to see them back and playing so well together. And their results, well, taking out the Germans yesterday in real style. An emphatic victory. Their toughest match against the Danes, the 12th seed, who are much improved, Christiansen and Alexander Boyle. And that was a really, really tough one, lasting 1 hour and 8 minutes. Now, what of these 2? She is 5 years older, is Sapsili, absolutely delightful, lovely, warm person, and what a player she is as well. Also was contesting the women's doubles with Tita, our dear friend, but they lost out early. Spent 2 weeks at their career high ranking of 1 in the world, these 2, since the 7th of December this year. And Dechipon, just so lively, electrically quick and powerful, explosive, very visionary. Chombury, the 24-year-old. BWF World Championship silver medalists in 2019. They could repeat that today if they can win this match. Getting through to the final would be what they needed to do for a second silver. But they played well to get here. On Wednesday they took out a couple of Germans in 29 minutes. Then they took out Matthias Tilly and Soro of Denmark. That was 9 and 16, 35 minutes all they needed. And then Gosunwatan Shevonjemi Lay of Malaysia, the 10th seeds as well in straight games, 44 minutes. That was on show court 1 as well. So it is Metspalo from Estonia in the perch. And the Dane, Christian Johannesson. Christine was telling me, I think he's coming up for retirement.
Yeah, there is a time limit on it. I can't remember what it is, but I can imagine, yes.
So the Thai is gunning for a 5th consecutive title. Would be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it? It's incredible what they've already done. They're up to 1 in the world. They've won 4 titles back to back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Can they stay focused in the absence of Jung and Huang in the top half?
Taerattanachai, Thailand.
You see the generous hand, understandably. They've been tearing the place up.
And on my left, Tang Man and Ying Sweat, Hong Kong, China. Subsidiary Taerattanachai to serve to Ying Sweat. Level. Play. One blow.
Well, they've been the mixed doubles talk of the town, haven't they? They really have so much media attention with all that they've done. And why not?
It's all a matter of whether Tang
Love.
Man and Ying Sweat can follow pace. And one of the concerns is that over the last many weeks we've seen that Tang Man, I think he carries a abdominal injury.
Yeah, on the side almost, isn't it?
Yes.
With the oblique or something.
And he's getting treatment now and again during the matches, and he had it, I think, against the Danes as well. He had injury time, so that must be a concern somewhere along the line. Yeah, it was well worked by Ditchapun. Really think he did well, adding on a lot of pressure on Ying Sweat, but unfortunately for him, the last smash going into the net. But I think it was really well worked.
Yeah,
Lots of pressure on Ying Sweat.
Yeah, so good at that controlling early in the mid-court area, isn't he? And so is that man as well. Unusually one of 2 left-handers playing together. Tang Man and Ying Sweat.
Yeah. Tang Man definitely expected partner to take that shot. Got very surprised that it was passing.
Service for Kong, too high. Service over, 4-4.
Ah, that's good.
Service over,
I think it's very interesting because Puavaranukroh normally is very quick and bouncing around on the court and all that. I think that he's a little bit subdued due to the pressure of nerves and all this. I think they, of course, can see that they have a chance, a really good chance of winning a gold in this tournament, and perhaps it's getting to him a little bit. This is better.
Yeah, there will have been a lot of talk around it, you know, and he'll be fully aware of that. As balanced and secure as he is, sometimes it gets through, doesn't it? And it's interesting, that topic of conversation, Morten, because I guess you must relate to this in your pomp as well, where some days you deal with it better than others, right? You know, and other days suddenly the occasion does perhaps get the better of you.
It gets to you, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think at the moment the Taipei is a little bit subdued.
Mm.
Nothing that they can't solve, but if the Hong Kong-China pair, Tang and Sweat, are really making the best of this opportunity for as long as it lasts, I think they can add on very good pressure. And 7-4 up. So that is a bad serve. As Jill would say, that's a shocker.
Yeah, far too late.
Had a laugh. Couldn't believe.
And that was loaded with pace from Dechipon. Perhaps starting to relax a little. Racket head speed, normally a good indication of that. Aggressive he is in defence.
Yeah, this is much better if you look at it from a Thailand point of view.
Yeah.
But good control by Tang at the back of the court, really keeping the control very nicely.
So it's over, 8-6.
Now these two finished fourth in mixed doubles at the Tokyo Summer Olympics together.
Yeah, Tang and Sweat. They lost out in the playoff
to
to
Japanese, isn't it?
Watanabe and Higashino.
We'll be bringing you them fifth match in their second mixed doubles semi-final from the top half.
Yeah, again, well worked by Tang Man, despite the fact that the racket, the string's gone. He did very well to control it.
Yeah, and they've had a really good uptick in results, haven't they, since that semi-final showing in Tokyo Olympic Games. Really good. So many good quarters of the Denmark Open, semis of the French Open, Indonesia Masters runners-up, Indonesia Open quarters, semi-finals of the World Tour finals. And they've been really consistent as well, which has been encouraging, because sometimes that was their fault in the past. They've been a little streaky, a bit up and down, never quite know what to expect. Not anymore.
Good, really good variation, but that was perhaps not the most clever shot when you're playing against Taerattanachai, because her defence is so good. When you go cross on this one, you have to make sure of your placement. And that one went straight into the forehand side. And Taerattanachai, she was waiting for it.
And that's the thing, yeah, when you look at these pairs, they have been really, really consistent, haven't they? And of course you kind of get expectant, and then when you suddenly see Dechapon maybe the odd unforced errors, you're like, oh, what's happening? You know, but they are human at the end of the day. It's not so easy to repeat some days. You just wake up out of bed and don't feel terrific for whatever reason. It's Tang and Se who head to the break with a 4-point cushion, 11 points to 7 after 8 minutes.
阿雪拉出嚟都係啱嘅，拉出嚟，你一冚佢一定係抽嘅，你控制住擋冧嘅，佢都唔喐得咗。有陣時俾你冚死一粒唔緊要，俾你冚。最重要就係出波嗰段啲，去對角，去波高啲，啪啪高俾佢，俾佢飛，等佢飛得幾多粒，佢都唔喐得咗嘅。你擋下冧啊，俾佢跑，好似引佢中半場嚟，小心去抽，佢一定係中意抽嘅。如果佢擋我，你就俾佢兩邊飛，俾佢兩邊飛。OK。 明白我講咩冇？你是但打到個男仔好攰，睇到佢好攰咗，我哋就控制住佢嚟打，集中住，一粒一粒嚟打，冇放一粒都冇放，集中。
So, Taerattanachai, the coach of Sudirman and Seeing Sweat, had a long talk with his players. I do not understand the Chinese, but I know that Taerattanachai is a former world-class men's doubles player from Malaysia. Used to play with Lee Wan. And that was a very, very good Malaysian men's doubles pair. Tang serving, 11-7 up. Let's see if Puavaranukroh can find his form. It's not performed to expectations, I would say, in the first half of the first game. Some uneasiness into his game and making errors that we normally don't see him do. Oh, that's tight. Really, really tight from Taerattanachai. Got deflected at the top of the tape. Look at this. Yeah. Just enough for Puavaranukroh not to get to it. And that's finding the gap nicely, isn't it? Thumbs up from coach Taerattanachai. Very understandable. That was a lovely shot. Cross court, found the gaps so nicely. And the Thailand pair really have to up the pace a bit. They are not in control, that's what we normally see. Yeah, good defensive work first from Seeing Sweat, but then secondly the interception at the net as well. Strong play by the Hong Kong China female player.
Oh, nice try. Cleverly engineered. Couldn't quite clear the net. But they've managed themselves very well, these two, haven't they?
They have. And Thailand is really lucky here. As Puavaranukroh's racket, again, strings gone in. Look at that. He is not happy with it. Yes. Very understandable. That was a good chance.
And have to go all the way back to the Asian Games in 2018, 25th of August, when Tang and Se had their last win over the now world number ones. They've lost the last twice, but they'll be encouraged right now.
Once again found the gap nicely. Chunman. Feeling very comfortable in his defence as well. I can see he's looking extremely relaxed. Look at this. Yeah, that's good play by Taerattanachai. That's the first time we see her move really at the front of the court. And that is something she needs to do a lot more to help partner getting better attacking opportunities.
She's played so much match badminton, hasn't she? What with women's doubles as well. You know, she might be just absolutely exhausted. It'll be a welcome break after this tournament.
But I'm sure she can find the energy. It's the semi-final at the World Championship.
Yeah, even if you're running on fumes, you find a way here, don't you?
Yes.
Really clever placement from Dechipon. To the outside of the female player. Plenty of pace. And they've got the chase on the scoreboard here. Can they catch up? Fabulous drive in there from Tang Chunman, midpoint off the backhand.
Yeah,
a rocket, that one there.
This one there, that was a good one into the forehand side of Dechipon. Really great play.
Like you say, he does look pretty relaxed, doesn't he?
He is very cool at the moment.
Hair issue.
Yeah, we have a hair issue. I was just going to say that.
Just nothing that the clips can't sort.
Wow.
Oh, how's that defensively from Tang Chunman? Morton, you picked it. He's in the zone right now.
He is, definitely. He is so relaxed in his defence, and that helps him so much. Try to look at the last one here. Cross, beautifully played. And it's seldom that you see that Puavaranukroh is not even getting a racket to the shuttle.
He had that on his racket as well, but good work from Sepsili.
I must say, if the Thailand pair is winning this opening game, it's a complete steal.
Yes.
It's really well played so far by Tang and Se.
Well, that's glorious from Se Sweat. Really brave and pioneering. That's got to help. 2 points away from this opening game now then. World number 7 pairing. timely back-to-back points for the Thais. Is there more upside here for them? Wonderful from Tang. Just tangling up Taerattanachai.
20 game point.
Yeah, it's played across the body, and Taerattanachai, as you can see, completely committed to her forehand defence, and it's just too easy to see. And that's it. What a way to take this opening game.
Played very, very well, didn't they? Got off to a good early start and rode it all the way home, the momentum in game one. It's the fifth seeds that lead the way. 21-15, Tang Chunman seeing sweat halfway home.
你哋大膽啲，如果唔舒服，你超高嘅，超高對角，去高高啲。如果你開對角嘅時候，你要走快對角嘅時候，如果佢真係點落嚟嘅時候，鄧俊文你唔使咁緊張，你停啲嚟，有力啲，一粒大對角，開去，開翻去。佢開你，你開翻去俾人轉。只要我咁樣講，定啲嚟，就算佢喺嗰個位，你俾壓算嗰個位，你高嘅，只要你到位，佢都唔敢冚嘅。壓算你頂得順嘅。OK， 仲有一個溫馨提示就係。 但係埋單一定要集中，係咪啊？仲有佢會開你後場，呢個波你唔使咁緊張去掃個場，你拉長準備下一下，佢一定抽嘅，佢哋一定抽嘅。你打翻俾你掃平啊，你掃邊又得，掃平又得，你對翻啲嚟企好個位，最重要係你企好個位，我哋兩個係企好 ，OK？ 注意啊，集中啊！佢哋兩個一定係兩邊抽嘅，知道冇啊？加油！
Well, they've experienced big moments before. They were runners-up in the Asian Games in 2018. Pair from Hong Kong, China, and also runners-up at the end-of-year finale in Dubai in 2017. So they're big match players. They've been up to 2 in the world, and they probably understand this whole thing of pressure. And they're playing very liberal, free-wheeling badminton right now. Can they keep it up? A game to the good. Very proactive from Sapsili.
1 love.
It would be very interesting to see if the Thailand pair is sort of able to lift the level of play, but especially in terms of pace. They have been subdued, and Tang and Si have honestly controlled that opening game completely. And the Thailand pair needs to respond to it. And this is definitely not the way to do it.
Server 1-2. Service for goal. Too high. Service over.
Well,
3-1.
this is what being world #1 is all about, isn't it? You know, on a day where you're struggling, playing maybe 7 out of 10 or below, you know, you're up against it on a big occasion. What's their mindset? Can they find a way through this pickle? The Hong Kong-China defence is absolutely immaculate today so far.
I agree with you, Paul.
Over 2-2.
They're standing their ground very well in the defence. And the thing is then that Tang Man is having that little bit of an edge when it comes to the attack between these two pairs. He's playing with a little bit more sharpness in his shots.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice from Puavaranukroh.
Yeah.
That's more like it. That's what we're familiar with seeing.
That's the pace. That's the pace that we need to see.
Service over 4-2.
This is what's taken them to world #1, points like this. Tang saw it, but couldn't get on the bus on time.
Five, 2.
That drive from the backhand side again from Puavaranukroh. Working well.
As is the efficiency of these two, the way they're twinning, rotating around each other, defending their court really well, and then getting on the front foot.
They're trying to have a look if we get it. Tang Man, the follow-up next to his partner at the net is really very good. It's not coming back, but should it come back, he would have been there.
Right. Service over 6-3.
A little grimace there from seeing Sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, really nice.
Good play.
It's been a different tempo this second game for the Thais.
Yeah, it's much better. Good play here by Taerattanachai at the front of the court.
Yeah, they've led all the way, haven't they? A string break.
Yeah, he didn't realise on his way out. Changed his mind.
Yeah.
8-3.
And the first time I saw seeing Sweat was actually at the World Junior Championship in Mexico in 2010. What a journey she's been on since.
Right.
She was the flag bearer in the Olympic Games this year, wasn't she, for Hong Kong, China?
Yeah.
9-3.
She had a difficult year, didn't she, around 2018, wasn't it, when she had that shoulder issue and they split for a while as a pair. Wasn't sure whether she needed surgery. Oh, that's cheeky, that is. Everybody loves that.
Wow.
Service over. 4-9.
And she's got that look on her face that said, yeah, I do that all the time.
Of course.
Service over. 10-4.
Momentum is definitely shifting, and the Thais are working their way into it.
So, to the break. These two back in the driving seat with a generous cushion on the scoreboard after exactly half an hour played on the match clock.
เรามาเริ่มคอร์ดสองเขาโฟร์แฮนด์ทั้งคู่นะอย่าลืมนะจุดปะทะเราถอยก่อนเข้าใจว่าจุดปะทะเราเตรียมอะไรนะจุดปะทะไม่ใช่ถอยจังหวะรับดูดีๆเวลาเขาโยนมาเห็นให้หมดเวลาขึ้นจะทำอะไรเห็นเข้าใจป่ะเริ่มจากด้านไหนดูด้วย
Lovely slow-mo footage. See how he's wrecking the shuttle. Feathers everywhere. He's a beast. There's the chip on Puavaranukroh. Rock solid. Consistent results. Steepness.
One have to say that the Thailand pair must be getting extremely disappointed. I'm not jumping to any conclusions, but if they're not winning the World Championship this year after having such a strong year and sort of gaining the top spots on the world ranking and all that, it must be a huge disappointment should they not win. But I think that pressure sort of got to them in the opening game, and it's just interesting to see how complex the sport of badminton is.
Well, it's just so easy, isn't it, in any of these sports as well, to start future pacing, you know, what might be, and you've just got to haul your mind back and say, stop that nonsense, let's stay in the moment. Yeah. Easier said than done. It needs to be trained as well. These guys have you know, they're pretty muscular in that regard, mentally. There's a whole different turning in the tide right now. They are all over this second game. Look at the scoreline. It's lopsided.
And this is game over, the second game here. But it will be interesting. I'm really looking forward to the third game because I also think that Tang needs to step up now.
And also, Morten, you'll know more than anyone, it's kind of really quite difficult to keep that level up for the start of game 3, especially with the break that they'll have.
But it's all a mental thing. It's all about being prepared. Go out there, be ready, be proactive, believe that you can do it.
Yes, and don't let those thoughts of can't do come into your mind. You've got to instruct your mind clearly of what you want, I guess. More of the same. Oh, that's
That's out.
just.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's out.
we have wants to challenge it.
Dang Chun Man challenges ball
I
out.
think it's just wide of the sideline, but I must admit that the net post was a bit in the way.
Oh, you've always got an excuse, Morton.
Yeah, just to cover myself a bit.
Well said.
But you know, I've been sitting with Jill all week, and she's got every single one of them right.
Has she really?
So
Wow. Well done,
I'm
Jill.
nothing compared to her.
She's sharp.
Very sharp. I need her glasses.
Oh, fireworks all round. What a terrific point.
Challenges ball in.
Well, yeah. Another challenge. I
Yes.
think this one is on the line. I'm going to stick my neck on the line.
Okay.
I'll be wrong again. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look at it.
We are looking right down it, folks.
Yeah.
We should be getting these right, really. But the cross-court ones are sometimes tricky. Yeah, you see? That's how you do it, Jill.
Well done, Paul.
One challenge remaining. So the silver 6-16. Play.
Oh, that's nice. Back-to-back top draw points for Tang and C.
7-16.
Too little, too late, but maybe they can get a little bit of confidence from it, because that was a lovely, lovely drive from Seeing Sweat.
So the silver 17-7.
So Coach Zhongshan and Fook have to get back into it for Hong Kong, China, and really see whether he can come up with a plan for his players in the interval between games. Because it's only a matter of time.
18-7.
Yeah, he looks a different player altogether in game two, doesn't he? I think he's been the major pivot in changing, swinging this one round on its axis. Brilliant, absolute standout. He's back to his very best right now. He's been engineering and developing, blowing up this momentum bubble throughout game two. Has Dechibon alongside Sapsali, and like you say, it's going to be fascinating in the third game, assuming we get one.
Doesn't really matter.
No.
7.
And you can see on Tang Chung Man that, okay, never mind. Got to prepare for the next.
Well, on a day full of absorbing and thrilling badminton on semi-final Saturday here from Puavaranukroh, the World Championships, we go on, and it's our second three-game thriller for you. 21-7, Puavaranukroh and Taerattanachai secure game two. Pleased with that. So here we go then. A race to 21 points. Who's it going to be to crowbar their way into the mixed doubles final tomorrow?
Thailand pair really have to watch out not to become too defensive. 2 rallies, both played defensively, both lost. I'm sure that coach Chung Tan Fook from Hong Kong, China, really been asking his 2 players to go all out to tackle.
Over. 1, 2. Ready?
Very subtle, wonderful hand skills from Tang Chunman.
3, 1.
Yeah, that one was way long off the back line.
3. Play on. Sapsire.
And this from Puavaranukroh. This is one of the best rallies. Found the gap. Pitch upon Puavaranukroh.
3, 4.
Chungman had to move towards his forehand side. Here, look at this. He's got to move to the forehand side to cover that massive gap straight down the line. But that's well spotted by the Thailand player. Then 10 to go cross court here. Yeah, perfect play. Lots of fight for the initiative now at the net.
Service over. 4, 3. Play on.
Well, no broken frames, but a clash down the middle of the Hong Kong-China pair.
It's very interesting to see now that both pairs desperately trying not to lift too much. It's all about trying to get the net or to control the mid-court area and don't want to lift too much. It's a very interesting fight on strategy here. See, mid-court area, middle court area, everything is down, down, down. Don't want to lift. This is the first lift.
Yeah. Good leave.
Yeah, that's really well spotted. Serious threat.
5-4.
Well, he liked it. Little smile towards her there.
Well played by Tang. He wanted to play that drop shot landing in front of Taerattanachai, but she was aware she was already down on her knees, but she was still able to move forward. This is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well spotted.
There's a lot of rainbow laces going on between the women. Very vibrant and uplifting.
It's out. So not the greatest of quality, but it's very exciting. It's who's going to have the upper hand?
Yeah, it's almost a pride and dignity thing, isn't it? We are not going to lift. It's a standoff. Not a lift-off. It's gone. Right idea. Just slightly wrong angle on contact. And seeing sweat.
7-6.
And sometimes there are these defining moments in a match, and I would not be surprised if this is one of them. That should have been a winner for seeing sweat.
Good leave again.
That's in.
9-6.
Well, that's 4 points in a row for the Thai tandem. They really are getting it together. as they did in game 2, which was completely lopsided their way. They're looking bossy again here, keeping the momentum going nicely.
Yeah, but seeing Sweat not miss that one at the net, it could have all changed around. And I'm saying sometimes there are these defining moments in a match, and I would not be surprised if that was actually it in this one.
Good point. Great lead from Sapsili Taerattanachai. She barked it out, or just said it quite softly actually to her partner. And that's a really fine passage of play again for the second seeds at the bottom of the draw here in the mixed doubles. Puavaranukroh, Sapsili Taerattanachai, 11-6 to the good at the turn in game 3 after 50 minutes.
จากแรกเราไปโผล่เขาจะกระแทกไปหรือจะปักหรือจะไปยังไงหรือจะยังไงดูดีๆกระชับดีๆนะแล้วดูด้วยอยู่ตรงกลางขยับตัวทีถ้าเราขยับตัวทีที่ได้ตัวอยู่
Players on court. Play.
Japan Puavaranukroh is so much more active from the back of the court now.
Listen to the crack reverberating around the hall every time the Thai athlete got hold of the shuttle there. Uber aggressive they've become right now. And that's a 7th straight point for the world number ones.
Yeah, now we will have the doctor on court again. And I'm sure we will have another spray for that abdominal.
Do you know, I wondered that during the opening game. Maybe he played so relaxed because he kind of had this expectancy of, do you know what, I'm not feeling great, to be honest, with this sort of slight side pull, if that is the same issue.
I'm sure
it's quite relaxing, you know, on that basis.
There we go again.
Yeah. What's that? Is he a little reluctant to show off his six-pack?
Most likely.
Yeah. If that was Lee Giguère, I'd have his shirt off, be running round doing laps. Ah, look at that. Heavy taping he didn't want to reveal, perhaps. And they're tough to heal, aren't they, the abdominals?
Oh,
it takes a while, eh?
Especially in the game of badminton.
Yeah, absolutely. You get no rest.
Oh, that's a miss.
Well, she made the tough one that broke off the top of the net, did Sapsili, and just missed that one. Very unlike her.
Yeah, but I have to mention as well that every time that Tang Chungman has been asking for treatment, it has been in a situation where it's been quite tricky. It's not when they are 5-6 points up and everything is going smoothly. It's always when is either, you know, we need a little bit of a break here to recompose.
That's a given though, isn't it, at this level? Another string break for Dechapon. Have you got any ideas how many rackets have been strung this week, Morton? I mean, I remember have you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Spoke to Mark this morning.
Great, well done.
And Mark said 1,050.
Wow.
And it's a record for the World Championship.
Oh, well done. Great knowledge.
But he said, I think the weather played a part. Because when it's colder, more strings are gone.
Yes, heavier.
Tried to follow up, Tang Man did the right thing. And here comes the follow up. And Taerattanachai did just enough to force an error. And I think that's it.
Yeah, they've not looked back, have they, since that greedy game 2, which they snatched at 21-7. They look very, very good thereafter. Now, the door was ajar back then. Can they slam it shut now? Their scoreboard sprinting along, quite frankly.
58.
Yeah, it's one-way traffic, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Can't really find the answers, tongue and see.
Wow. Searing power right through the middle. Look at the precision of that strike.
17.
Causing hesitancy amongst Tang and Se.
Yeah, and the Thailand pair is just in the attack the whole time now, and that's making a big difference. They win the flat exchanges, they win the initiative at the net, and then of course getting a lot of attacking opportunities from that, and they're just capitalizing on it. Well played.
Silver. 9-18.
good defensive work by Taerattanachai.
Yeah, very confident now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got all the answers and they're starting to smile. And by contrast, for Tang and Se, the body language looks just a little flat. They've just been outplayed in game 2 and 3. 2 points away from tomorrow's final. Well, the Thailand pairing.
Silver. 10, 20.
As out.
Game.
Well, they took a while to fully engage, but really showing their class in games 2 and 3. They're going to take some stopping on that form. Puavaranukroh and Taerattanachai coming through. 15-21, 21-7, 21-10. Just an hour required to get it done. Utter relief, that'll feel like. And this is how they did it. A nervy start, where Dechipon particularly was just making a few unforced errors, and look at that. Complete look of relief. The expectation has gone right up for the world number 1s and 2nd seeds in the mixed doubles, but they're through to tomorrow's final, and that'll feel really good to them. A fine match to watch. They're a little lopsided in the back end, but that's because they were just so good. Former world number 2s have to go back to the drawing board, and hopefully Tang can rest up. It's the end of the road for them, and sort out that abdominal issue that he's had now for quite a while. But the afternoon belonging to Puavaranukroh and Taerattanachai. Generous applause for the victors and the vanquished, and another really watchable encounter. Next up, we've got a women's doubles titanic tussle for supremacy upcoming. Chen Qingchen and Jie Yifan take on Nagahara and Matsumoto. Don't go too far. There's the Puavaranukroh. Lovely azure blue water. Fine flotilla of boats. Semi-final Saturday, unravelling really nicely. 3 matches down, 7 to go, 2 in this first session. So much more to bring you. And as you can see, both women's singles concluded.